Good morning. This is Willie Lawson, and you're tuned in to Morning Report from FightBack Media. Let me tell you something right out of the gate. You've been lied to. You have been lied to. And not just in passing, but for decades. We've been told that oil, coal, and natural gas are called fossil fuels. That the remains of dinosaurs and prehistoric plants trapped underground, waiting for us to suck them out of the earth and burn them until they're all gone. This is a neat story. And it's also wrong. Oil isn't dinosaur juice. Coal isn't just swamp goo. Natural gas isn't bottled extinction. What they are at their core are hydrocarbons, chains of hydrogen and carbon atoms. That's chemistry, not mythology. And once you understand that, the entire narrative of energy scarcity falls apart like a house of cards. So today, we're going to spend some time tearing into this fossil fuel lie. We'll look at the science, the politics, and the propaganda. And we'll come out on the other side seeing energy for what it really is: abundant, reproducible, and the very backbone of modern life. All right, let's start with the words themselves. Fossil fuel. Fossil fuel. Think about what that phrase makes you picture. Dead dinosaurs, petrified forests, ancient bones turned into gasoline, school kids coloring pictures of cavemen riding dinosaurs while ExxonMobil digs them up like a fossil museum. It's nonsense, purely nonsense. The term was cooked up in the 19th century, in the 1800s, while scientists were still piecing together geology, chemistry, and natural history. It sounded scientific, so it stuck. But the reality is, the fuels that we call fossil fuels are not fossils at all. They're hydrocarbons. Hydrogen and carbon atoms bound together under heat and pressure. They don't contain bones. They don't contain shells. They don't contain little dinosaur fingerprints. So why use the word fossil? Because it frames the conversation. Fossil fuels or fossil equals finite. Fossil equals dirty. Fossil equals outdated. It's all branding. And like all branding, it has an agenda behind it. So here's the truth. Hydrocarbons are just molecules. Hydrogen is one of the most abundant elements in the universe. And you know what? Carbon is everywhere. Carbon is like savoir faire. It's everywhere. That was a joke for the dinosaurs. It's in the soil. It's in the atmosphere. It's in every living thing. Put them together in chains, rings, and structures. You know what you get? You get oil, gas, coal, plastic, fertilizer, medicine, the building blocks of modern civilization. Now, here's the kicker. We can make hydrocarbons. Humans already know how. The Fischer-Tropsch process has been around since the 1920s. Developed in Germany to turn coal into liquid fuel. Today, we can even take carbon dioxide out of the air, combine it with hydrogen, and synthesize hydrocarbons. Think about that. These fuels can be created in a lab. They can be reproduced by industry, and they are not finite, are they? The narrative of scarcity starts to look flimsy, doesn't it? Here's something else. There are cases of oil wells refilling themselves. That's right, refilling themselves. Places where we thought the oil was depleted, only to find new production bubbling up years later. So, how does that happen? Some geologists would argue hydrocarbons can form deep within the Earth's mantle, independent of biological decay. That theory is controversial, but the evidence is intriguing. At its very least, it shows that hydrocarbons may not be the one-shot finite resources we've been told they are. Now, think about this. If you can take carbon dioxide, which they tell us is a pollutant, mix it with hydrogen, you get the carbon dioxide out of the air, mix it with hydrogen, and come up with a renewable fuel that it doesn't require African children to dig for lithium with their bare hands. Wow. Wow. Let's pause a second and ask, if hydrocarbons are reproducible, and if the earth keeps making them, if we keep finding more, then why are we told constantly and consistently that we're running out? Well, Thomas Sowell tells us, because scarcity sells. In the 1970s, we were told that peak oil was coming, that by the year 2000, which was 25 years ago, they said we'd be out of oil. Out of oil. That this thing here, this oil rig thing, useless. Guess what? It's 2025 with proven reserves that have gone up, not down. Technology like horizontal drilling and fracking unlocked reserves we didn't think were possible. Exploration keeps finding new fields. But the doomsday story was never really about geology. Like a lot of things, it's about control. If politicians and elites can convince you that energy is rare, then they can justify taxes, regulation, subsidies, and rationing. They can make you pay more, settle for less, surrender freedoms. The climate narrative piles on top of this, turning hydrocarbons into the villain, not just scarcity, but of morality. You're just not using gas, you're destroying the planet. It's a perfect trap. Create fear of running out, and then using guilt for using what you have. That's how you control populations. Ladies and gentlemen, words matter. And we've seen this over and over and over and over again in politics. An illegal alien becomes an undocumented immigrant. Taxpayer dollars become investments. Gun control becomes common sense safety. Every word is chosen to manipulate your emotions. And fossil fuel is no different. Call it what it is, hydrocarbons. And suddenly the debate shifts. Because hydrocarbons sound like chemistry, like building blocks, like something that can be studied, made, improved. Fossil fuels sound like an antique and a relic, something dirty and dying. That's why the left clings to the phrase. That's why the media repeats it endlessly. Because it's not about accuracy, it's about persuasion. And too many people have bought into this whole thing without ever asking. Wait, wait a minute. Where are the fossils in my gas tank? Let's look at the bigger picture. Hydrocarbons don't just power our cars, they power civilization. No hydrocarbons, no steel. No hydrocarbons, no plastics. No hydrocarbons, no fertilizer. No hydrocarbons, no civilization, which means no modern agriculture, which means billions of people starve. No hydrocarbons, no medicines. No hydrocarbons, no global trade. The modern world is built on cheap, reliable, abundant energy. And hydrocarbon delivers it better than anything else. But here's the danger. The push to restrict hydrocarbons in the name of climate is really a push to restrict human prosperity. When energy becomes expensive or scarce, poor people suffer first. Energy poverty kills. It kills dreams, it kills opportunities, it kills nations. Meanwhile, the elites fly their private jets to climate conferences and tell you to give up your gas stove. Remember that? They know the truth. They just don't want you to live it. So what's the end game to this fossil fuel lie? Because it's not about the environment. Like a lot of things, it's about control. We know that it's not about scarcity. It's about dependency. If they can make you believe that energy is running out, then they can make you dependent on their subsidies, on their handouts, on their ration cards. They can brand hydrocarbons as evil. They can funnel trillions into their pet green projects while you pay the bill. Because it's not about saving the planet. It's about remaking society in their image. Smaller, poorer, weaker, and much easier to control. And the truth is, hydrocarbons are abundant. The real scarcity today isn't oil. It isn't gas. It's not coal. The real scarcity is honesty. So here's the takeaway. The phrase fossil fuels is a lie. Let's just start there. The phrase fossil fuels is a lie. It's branding, not science. It's politics, not chemistry. It's designed to make you think in terms of scarcity when the truth is abundance. Hydrocarbons are not running out. They are not relics of dinosaurs. They are chemistry. They are reproducible. And they are the backbone of everything that we call modern life. The only question is this: will we wake up to the lie, or we will continue to let the elites keep using it to shrink our future? I know where I stand. I stand for truth. I stand for abundance. I stand for energy freedom. This is the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye bye now.